Hey guys, welcome to another Take 3 Schmoedown reaction. Hopefully my mic isn't messed up because it moved and always messes up when it moves. Anyway, we're trying to get through these matches before the live event happens, and we had some great matches this week. So I hear a match between Adam Witt and Sean Sullivan for Star Wars, and then a match, a singles match that also happened. So that reaction should be up soon as well. And I'm excited about this one. Adam Witt obviously isn't a rookie, but he's new to the Star Wars division, and Sean Sullivan is completely new. And so we're getting kind of two untested entities in this Star Wars division. And the only thing I know for sure is that to be competitive in the Star Wars division, you have to be very, very knowledgeable about the subject. So if either of these two guys ends up having a good match, this could be a really interesting season for the Star Wars division. It's been one of my biggest complaints about the Star Wars division is that the breadth of competitors is just too small to make it feel like a full division. It's nothing against the competitors who are there. It's just when the questions get so specific, it's hard to get more people involved in that league. And so with so many new rookies coming in for specifically the Star Wars League, it'll be interesting to see if they can be competitive against people like Alex Damon, Laura Kelly, Joseph Scrimshaw, Andrew DeMolanta. It's because your last name is so difficult. It's not that hard. I'm sorry. Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to this. I think on the summit, I said that my vote would go to Adam to win this solely because he's got the experience of being in the lights. To be completely contradictory with myself, Sean will win. No, I don't know. Either way, it could go either way. I do tend to give the person who's got the more experience in the Schmoedown with being in a match at all, I give them the edge just in general because you know that they know how to compete. All I know about Sean is that he's been studying a lot. So yeah, this is going to be interesting. I'm really looking forward to it. So let's get this going. I just got to get my screen up here, and it's really fighting me. And I don't know why. Why are you doing this? Okay. And there we go. And all right, ready?
You have arrived. What? What? Wait, what? Oh my God.
Oh, what happened? Oh no.
Dude, what is going on with you? Like,
Nothing.
I've been trying to get a hold of you this entire time. Like, I drafted
What
you,
happened
like,
to
a month ago.
Lon?
I've been right here.
I've been sending you countless emails. Do you have a phone anymore? Like,
I don't need it. Honestly, it's
okay, well, I need you. The Schmoedown needs you, okay? I drafted you. I've got an
those ruffian. I mean, screw that, man. I don't care anymore. I dropped out.
Lon, what can I convince you to come back, man? Like, you're the reason that I even got into the Schmoedown. Your match against Cody, that's what did it for me. That's why I drafted you. I have a great partner for you. You guys can absolutely kill it. Like, you can come in and do what you do best, man.
I don't know, dude. I'm just not into it anymore. I mean, it's like they don't care about academics. They don't care about being smart. They don't value anything but like not caring and goofing around and being a snob and like. Oh, I think I'm out.
What if I get your refill of that? Will you come back?
Oh yeah, that yeah.
That's awesome. I love it. That's so funny. The cutscenes are looking really good this year. Like they're using a lot of like interesting camera angles and stuff. And then the audio, which is something that I had a big problem with last year, and you couldn't hear a lot of what was happening, is so much better.
Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Movie Trivia Schmoedown. My name is Mark Baby Caracellis, but we are joined on the desk by the one, the only, the legend, Rachel. The Crusher Cushing is here today. The Princess Leia to my R2-D2. To me, you are royalty. Rachel, how is life on this side of the desk?
A lot calmer, although maybe not always. A little less stressful, we'll put it that way.
There is some stress involved because this is the Star Wars league match, and we have some new rules that we're going to be introducing as we get through
New
each round.
rules.
This is a 3-round match, and we
Oh,
have
man.
newcomers here today. So I want to get an experienced veteran's take on what Adam Witt and Sean Sullivan are experiencing right now, moments before they play in the Star Wars match.
Well, it's similar to Inner Geekdom, and it's a different style of a division. The fewer
I love seeing Rachel. Also, happy birthday to Rachel.
You know these guys love Star Wars. The question is, do they love it enough to beat Alex Damon, who basically seems unbeatable at this point? So, you know, there's a lot of nerves going on back there, but this is the era of factions and managers, so they have people in their corner, and I think that could make a big difference.
It's such a tough thing because as much as we all love Star Wars, the specificity of it, you got to know every little thing, every little beat, every little war that BB-8 does. You have to know all that stuff if you want to get to, like you said, the mountaintop and compete against the Alex Damons of the world. Let's put you in the manager's seat, though, Rachel. Let's take a look at the den and the dungeon. So, Adam, we'll start with the dungeon. He is represented by Kaiser. Kaiser looking over Adam Witt, who has competed before as half the movie guys. He's stepping into something new. So what is Kaiser's approach right now?
I think he kind of was surprised to have a Star Wars player in Adam Witt. I know a lot of us were. We knew that he was part of the movie guys.
It was a big surprise.
Good in the regular league, but to jump over to this league too, that's a formidable weapon. Only Ken Knapsack's ever done that before. So to have a player who could feasibly do well in this division as well as the regular is a big leg up, I think, for Kaiser. So he's pushing hard to get Adam, I think, involved in multiple divisions.
Nice that someone in the dungeon knows a little bit about Star Wars, because Kaiser, I heard him throw terms around like laser swords and cuddly teddy bears. He may
the
not
dungeon
get a whole
also
lot of
has
questions
Kevin
right in the world
Smets
of
and
Star
Robert
Wars.
Parker.
As we go to the
They know a
other
little bit
side
about
of the
Star
ledger
Wars.
here with Sean
A little
Sullivan,
bit.
represented by Kate Mulligan and Grace Hancock. They're part of the den. Now, I know Kate Mulligan's son, Neil, loves him some Star Wars. Kate Mulligan, maybe she has some of that love she can help transfer onto Sean Sullivan.
Yeah, Sean's the big unknown here. He's a clear rookie. He's been somebody that's hung out in studio before. Many of us have met him and have talked to him, but now he's stepping in front of the lights, and that is always a nerve-wracking thing. But Kate really believes in him. She picked him in the 4th round, and you have to know that Grace is pushing hard to get a Star Wars player to go up against a former co-faction leader of hers.
There's a lot of terms.
She's aiming high.
And a lot of hyphens. It is not only their first match, it's their first pre-game interview, at least in the world of Star Wars. Let's see what each competitor had to say.
Nice.
Surprise! I had a vision.
Oh my
That
gosh.
vision was of the movie guys.
Yeah.
Without Preston.
Don't need him.
Come on down. Come on
Adam
down.
Witt, one half of the movie guys.
I said, Kaiser, you just won the draft.
This guy's been carrying the movie guys their entire career. It ain't about the powder keg. It's about Adam Razor Witt.
I've never heard of him.
Oh, he used to hang out with Paul.
Yes, with our Paul. S-U-L-L-I-V-A-N spell Sullivan.
Sean Sullivan.
Sean Sullivan.
Say what you will about Sean Sullivan, a rookie that no one.
That was my
knows
voice,
about.
by the way. That's weird. That was weird.
For Kelly, me, Scrimshaw, Ken. So that's what scares me about him.
Sean Sullivan.
Who's
that guy? That's why this is gonna work, guys. We think the same thing.
Mulligan and Sullivan. Sounds
Yeah.
like a couple of plumbers.
Mulligan and Sullivan.
Well, tonight the dungeon's gonna clean your pipes when we send you back to Jabba's crapper on that sand barge.
Like Mario and Luigi, but with the sand barge part too.
Dimolata, Damon, Knapsack, which smells like a pair of socks, I might add.
Fanozo. Other ones, Damon? That's the guy that wins a lot, right? Joseph Scrim.
Yeah.
I want to beat them. I got to play Witt to get there, but you know what?
I think
We'll
you
see
gotta
what
play a
happens.
couple people,
When I
unless
was a
they
kid,
are just gonna
released
do
first
the
episode.
4
When
ways
he
or
was a
whatever.
kid, they released episode 1. Sorry, buddy, you're not gonna beat me.
You people have no vision and you have no class. Zero.
Oh, by the way, I forgot. I did bring you something.
Oh my God, yes,
It's
snacks?
So,
Oh. Well, no,
what's your
whiskey's good.
plan for throwing?
But
a
it's not
thermal-
snacks.
A thermal. What's it called?
A detonator.
A thermal detonator. You gonna throw a thermal detonator in this match?
I mean, it's Adam Witt.
I knew this man could compete in 3 divisions: singles, teams, Star Wars.
You have got a guy who can compete in 3 divisions. And if I had said that and that wasn't true and I lose today, I would look terrible.
What's the call sign for Bravo leader?
You just said it.
Son of a gun.
Gosh. I want to know if that was impromptu or if that was planned, because that was hilarious. That was really funny.
Rachel, I see that, and I got to get your take on this because you were probably nervous when you first started competing in the movie Trivia Schmoedown, your first match, but then you matriculated to competing in the biggest matches that the league has. Which made you more
Looking forward to
trepidatious?
this
Was
next
it the
match
fact
too,
you'd never
guys.
competed before, or once you got used to it, the fact that the stakes are so high?
I think most people know that the stakes and the pressure of the expectations in the later bigger matches was something that I struggled with. When you come out the first time, nobody's really sure, so there's not the super high expectations placed on your shoulders. So I would say for me it was those later matches, but you know, everybody's different, everybody approaches this differently, so there could be some nerves happening back there, or they could both be absolutely supremely confident. I guess we'll find out.
As a now dead wizard once said, they're about to take their first steps into a larger world. Rachel, I will ask you for the tail of the tape. I mean, they both really haven't competed before, so I guess just tell me what their favorite Star Wars movies are. For Adam Witt.
He is, like me, a very big fan of Star Wars. It is technically now called A New Hope, but I prefer calling it
Just
Released
Star
in
Wars.
77, just
That
as
is the
Star
one.
Wars. Hey, you
Yes.
want to go see the Star Wars?
He's
How
only
about
his
Sean
strength is
Sullivan? Is he a
only
Return of the Jedi guy like me?
Star Wars.
I think
Caravan of Courage.
Kate might be rubbing off on Sean because he told us that his favorite Star Wars film is Caravan of Courage.
Yes.
So somebody's
Yes.
being a little quirky about it.
He took one of the
It's
Ewok
so
movies.
good. It's
Hey,
so
you know
good.
What? Standing for Wilford Brimley, this guy right here. Do you have diabetes? Get checked. In the meantime, Rachel, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Then it's time for the movie Trivia Schmoedown! 3 rounds to the finish in this Star Wars League match. Introducing first, representing the dungeon, led to the ring by his manager, Kaiser. With a record of 0-0.
People are complaining about the royalty-free music. I really think it's all been fantastic so far, so people are going to complain about anything, honestly. Oh, got Zip. What a nice guy, Eric Zipper.
Less from Kaiser. Oh, and Eric Zipper coming out to support the dungeon. It's geeky. We're
Kind of an Ewok
same
sort of guy.
general area.
Here we go. Adam Witt, obviously, one half of the movie guys.
Is the answer you were looking for
sensing
Dak
a
by
Han
any chance?
Solo vibe up there.
Was it Dak?
That's actually,
No.
we haven't asked the question yet, Adam.
Rachel, I have a stack of glossies I need you to sign for me. I'm going to try and sell them on eBay. You know, anything we can do to keep the lights on, I'd appreciate your help.
All right, that is not officially affiliated with Movie Trivia Schmoedown, Rachel, just so you know before you put ink to paper.
Well, you gotta provide for Kaiser's pig.
Representing the den.
He's got a pet pig. Provide for it. He's a sweet angel. This music is great.
He is Sean the Saint Sullivan.
Got some brand new. Oh, a dancing cane.
Oh my God, Kate. Oh my God, yes. Oh my God. That was so cool.
Absolutely, I certainly am. Oh,
I love
got some
Kate
good
so much.
sportsmanship.
Oh my
That's nice to
gosh.
see. Oh. Oh, Kaiser. Yeah. Kate's looking out. That's how it works.
Kate,
That's
Kate, the St. Patty's Day pub crawl don't start for another month, sister.
All right. Well,
It's always
Kaiser,
St. Patty's
not
Day
informed us
somewhere.
when this match airs.
Kaiser, what's your record again, pal?
All right. Well, now that there's a hacker on the microphone, we are going going to move into the rules of round number 1. Sean, Adam, you're sat in a brand
I
new
wonder
format
what
for
the
movie.
changes
So
are.
here's how it works, and everybody at home. Star Wars works a little differently this year in a galaxy far, far away. 6 questions are all that you will receive in round number 1, and these come from a random categories of Star Wars movies. You're not sure what you're going to be seeing in round number 1, but it is going to be 6 questions. However, the point value has not changed. They're still each worth 1 point. There's no penalty for missing a question. There is no stealing in round number 1. As soon as we ask the question, you have about 15 seconds to write down your best attempt at an answer on the whiteboard in front of you. Once we ask you by name, please show what you wrote on the whiteboard to your camera. At the same time, you verbalize your attempt at an answer into the microphone. I'll remind each competitor of your 3 usages of the JTE rule throughout the duration of the 3-round match. If you're not sure you heard a question right, you want to buy yourself some time, use the JTE rule. You also each have 1 challenge to be used at any point throughout the 3-round match.
I wonder why they
Before we get
decided to
going,
change the rules.
Mention that we have a very special member of the audience here today. It is actually Kate Mulligan's son, Neil, is here.
Yay!
Big Star Wars fan. He is a future star of this league and maybe an Inner Geekdom format as well. And after that round of applause, Sean, you have to follow that with a simple question. How are you feeling?
Ready as I'll ever be.
As ready as he will ever be. Adam Witt, are you ready?
I'm ready for the trials.
Oh, he's got the dice.
Then let's get ready to
He's got the dice. He's ready.
Gentlemen, your first question will be asked by Rachel the Crusher Cushing. You're in the presence of a legend.
All right, guys, your first category is The Phantom Menace. What character expressed either joy or frustration with a saliva
Boss Nass, right?
of his prodigious cheeks?
Oh my gosh, what a funny question. I mean, it's a perfect question, let's be fair. The first question of the year of Star Wars. The most perfect question ever written.
4.
Well done.
3, 2, 1. Pens down, Sean. That is correct for a point, and Adam.
Boss Nass.
He had it.
Nice. So far, so good.
Way to start.
Here we go. All right, we move on to Who Said It. The category of Who Said It. Probably a quote coming your way. Who told Han, "Someday you're going to be wrong, and I just hope I'm there to see it"? Something that
I feel like many of us have said
Leia, right? No one's here. So me asking questions to the nobody.
5, 4.
It's not very smart of me, honestly.
1. Pens down, Sean.
Oh, it's Luke.
Adam,
Jesus.
You're up.
Princess Leia.
It is Princess Leia.
Oh, I was right, and I second-guessed myself into the wrong answer. Which, if that's not the story of my life, I don't know what is.
Sean, back to you, Rachel.
All right, for your third category, it is in the film A New Hope. What beings pick through the contents of Luke's land speeder?
You had to pick a planet to live on in Star Wars.
Jawas.
Naboo?
Okay, pretty much. They have like chilies and stuff like that.
It looks like Italy.
5.
I like Italy.
They have chilies.
2. Clooney probably has a place.
I have rather think so.
Pens down. Going to you first, Sean.
Jawa?
Nice.
It is not Jawas.
Wait, what?
Unfortunately, does Adam have it?
It is a sand people.
It is a sand people. Yes, it is.
A sand person.
They don't pick through? I would challenge that. Isn't there a scene when they're in Mos Eisley when the...
Land speeders every so often, but
Isn't there a scene when they're picking through his land speeder?
Move on to your next
When they're in
category.
Mos Eisley, right?
Vehicles, weapons, and technology
Is that not a thing?
is the next category. In the film The Empire Strikes Back, what does C-3PO note has been damaged on the Falcon as they try and
hyperdrive?
escape Hoth?
Some deep cut round one
I was going to
questions.
say, unfortunately, no multiple
They
choice
might be happy
available.
there's only 6.
And I'm just being told Kate's son Neil already has the correct answer.
Of course. I expected nothing less.
I go to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We are going to you first, Adam.
The hyperdrive?
Needed a little more specific.
Oh, so hyperdrive.
You had to write it down. I can't give it to you.
That
Sorry.
sucks.
Got to write it down, Sean.
That's a
You
technicality.
had hyperdrive motivator.
I mean, it's a correct technicality, because that's not the whole hyperdrive, it's just the motivator, but that's still very, yeah.
All right. Penultimate question. In
And
round number
I'm
1.
still really impressed by
Really
both of
tough.
these guys,
Like, You
honestly.
can tell both the guys have seen the movies. You know.
I think that's guaranteed at this point.
Point is, I knew the answer.
All right, your fifth
Contest in
question.
which you know the answer.
Your fifth question comes from the movie Rogue One. In Rogue One, a Star Wars story, what member of the Rebel team was previously an Imperial cargo pilot?
Bodhi?
Gonna need the first and the last.
Oh,
Because
well,
that's how we do it in Star Wars.
Because this is Star
Down
Wars.
to the
I don't-
details.
I don't remember
We
his
don't
first name.
accept anything less than absolute perfection.
Oh well.
5,
This is why I don't compete in Star Wars.
Misspelling
3,
is okay.
2, 1.
Rook.
Pens down.
Bodhi Rook.
Sean Sullivan.
Bodhi Rook.
It is
JK.
Bodhi Rook. Does Adam
I
have
knew
it?
it.
Bodhi Rook.
Yes, he does.
Good recovery.
All right, so he's back on the answering train. 4-3.
This is
Adam
pretty
Witt.
good.
Both gentlemen, I think they've shaken the nerves, and they are ready to get into round 2. But before that, one more question, and this comes in the world of Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Wakes Up.
This is why you don't play it.
The Force hits the snooze button. Your question. In the film The Force Awakens, this venerable actor plays Church of the Force member Lor Santeca. Church of the I didn't know we were calling it Church of the Force. That sounds a
Oh,
little,
what's his
One
name?
of those
culty.
the comic or the book that goes along with the movie.
Hi, we're here to tell you about the Church of the Force. 5, 4, 3. There's pamphlets.
I don't remember
This
this guy's
two,
name.
1. Pens down. Going to you first, Adam.
Max von Sydow.
Max von Sydow it is. Does
Legend
Sean have it?
Max von Sydow.
Yes, he
Nice.
does.
So if Adam had written Motivator, he would have had perfect round.
Came out. I thought that guy was dead, Rachel, but he's still alive and kicking and doing great work in Star
But
Wars.
I mean, that's a lesson.
So 5
You always
before,
have to
Rachel,
make
let's
sure
get
you
your
write
take
down the
on
whole
round
answer.
number 1. I think both these gentlemen adjudicated themselves very well.
No, that was absolutely very impressive for two rookies to come out and get nearly all of the questions right with only 6. It's a few less than we're used to seeing, but those were really deep cuts. And as we saw, a tiny piece missing means you don't get it right. So I think these guys.
How is this
are
going to
both
impact
wonderful.
all of the
For a rookie,
stats for
missing
Star
the Princess
Wars?
Leia quote or writing hyperdrive as a
Less
hyperdrive motivator,
potential
it
points per
basically
match.
Seems like they rebounded very well. So we'll see if that carries on into round number 2, known as the wheel round. The wheel has emerged.
You almost have to like
Opponents and
wait
spinner's choice around
your
the wheel,
stats from
as
now
well
on,
as
Frank,
10
depending
wheel
on how many
matches
points
from
possible.
various Star Wars
Welcome
corners
to
of the galaxy.
The fun world of
Each competitor
statistics.
gets a spin at that wheel. This is the Star Wars League match, and in the Star Wars League,
Ooh,
each
5.
competitor is going to hear 5 questions in round number 2 on the wedge that they spin. Each question
Okay.
is worth 2 points. There's no penalty for missing a question. However, stealing is available in round number 2. So if you're not sure of the answer, ask us for multiple choice. We'll give you 4 options, one of which is the correct answer. At that point, the value of the question goes down to 1. So, Sean, you're sitting in the higher-ranked competitor chair. However, you're bested in round number 1 by a point by Adam the Razor Witt. So, Adam, would you like to spin first or defer to your opponent?
I would like to spin.
Here
I will
comes
not
the spin
defer.
from
I think
Witt,
every
who
Star Wars
doesn't appear to
competitor
have
should
some
have
sort
to
of imperial
quote the movie
credentials. Rachel,
in
can you
order
tell?
to not
Is that a
defer.
kernel? Is
I
that
will
right?
not defer. And then I think it should
I was trying to
be,
use
Trying to use the
on
force
that,
now.
right?
they have to do, I think
Mixing,
it
his
just should be
Comes
expected.
around.
Oh,
It's lurking towards a
Oh, these new wedges. Guys, has no one commented on these new Star Wars wedges? Look
was a
at
pretty
those
clear-
wedges.
Nah.
Oh my gosh. They're gorgeous. Alex.
The crowd excited and spun away from attack.
Alex, these wedges,
Can we give
man,
that movie some love,
are
please?
really, really very pretty.
The answer's
Not
no.
this group.
All right.
No.
Flirting with Spinner's choice, and it's careening.
Ooh.
It is Solo, a Star Wars story, and look, he's wearing.
I mean, he's wearing the shirt.
I find this rather appropriate.
So if
It's
he
like
does
he
stuff
did use the
wrong,
Force.
then
Yeah, let's do it.
it's called
Adam the Razor Witt, you're going to hear 5 questions in the world of Solo, a Star Wars story. I'll be asking you your questions. Rachel's going to be asking Sean his. Adam, your first question in the world of Solo, a Star Wars story. In the film Solo, what is the name of the leader of Marauders that are always causing
Infantness.
trouble for Han and the crew throughout the film?
Yes.
The Cloud Riders.
No, the name of the leader. Oh no, Adam.
Enfys Nest.
Oh, the leader.
Oh
It is Enfys Nest.
no,
Thank you.
Adam.
That's
That
big.
is a big Adam. I think had the crew,
Oh, I mean, he definitely knew it.
Always listen to the question.
He definitely would have known it if he had like
Thank you,
actually
Adam.
processed
Your
that
second
question
of
the
5
right
in the
way.
world of Solo,
Oh,
Star
poor
Wars
guy.
movie. What is the name of Rio Durant's home planet?
Mm.
Ardenia.
2 points.
Wow.
And Adam Witt is back in the driver's
Okay,
seat
see, this guy knows his Star
for the
Wars.
time being. All right, next question. The third of 5. What is the name of the character played by Tandy Newton? Just
Val.
need the first name, and we got it.
Wow.
2 more points. So now it's 9-6. 2 questions remain. In the world of Solo, a Star Wars story. Han boasted to Beckett and Val that he was boosting what kind of vehicle when he was 10 when trying to convince them to let him join their crew?
I would say multiple choice for this one. It seems like he needs the.
You need an answer in 5, 4, 3,
N68.
2. That is incorrect for a 2-point steal.
Maybe he
Sean
was
Sullivan.
worried that Sean would know it if he didn't. But it's still an extra point.
Speeders?
Looking for very specific AV-21s.
Mm.
AV-21s.
Yeah, that was my answer.
That's the only reference I had.
It is okay. Thank you. Coach,
One
remind
more
me that.
question remains.
But there is a strategy to not going to multiple choice, because if you still get it wrong, they're more likely to get the point. So I don't know.
Used her vantage
I don't
point
know
to
if that was smart or
distract
not.
and fend off what?
They were like drones, like security
choice?
drones, but
Is it A,
I'm sure
Viper
they're
droids, B,
looking for
stormtroopers,
real
C, TIE
answers.
fighters, or D, cloud riders?
Viper droids, right?
Viper droids.
That's a point for Adam Witt. And he enjoys a 4-point lead. Rachel, I'm going to say he looked like a rookie
It's good.
in parts during that
I think
round
the
number 2, but look, he's got a 4-point advantage, and depending on what that wheel has
multiple
in store
choice
for
probably
Sean the Saint
would have been
Sullivan, that's
a
not
good
bad
idea.
round.
Not at all.
if he had
But when
remembered
you're
about
up
multiple
there and you're hearing
choice.
questions, sometimes you mishear it and you don't think to ask to use your repeat. He misheard the first one, what the question was actually asking. It happens. He brushed it off though and got several
Yeah,
of these other
that's
questions,
very
which are
impressive.
Very deep cuts, I might add.
He
And this
was
is very impressive.
Probably distracted.
That
by
is
the bright colors
why,
of our jackets. Go Gators! I'm kidding. I don't
Oh
care.
my
Sean
God.
Sullivan, have a spin at the wheel and see if you can get.
Yeah,
a
that's
wedge.
why
It's a good
having
lead
that
going into
experience
round
is
number
really
3.
important.
Unfortunately, do not have
Being able to
a
kind of
card
like take the
there,
hits and
but
keep
there are
going.
plenty of other
Because a lot of
variations.
rookies wouldn't be able to get back on it.
There's currently not
good,
a film
good.
that we're asking
Good of
questions
Adam.
from in the league. That could change. Can you imagine if we allowed like the Ewoks movies and the holiday special?
Oh my gosh, you would have
If
so
that's a
many
wedge.
very happy people and so many.
Ooh.
All right, that looks like Star Wars.
That was close.
Episode 6. Is that Return of the Jedi? Yeah, I'll keep it 3 months. Oh, thank you.
Aww.
It's the best of them all. I was only
Well, he
asking,
did put
is it Return of
Ewoks
the
as
Jedi?
one
I
of
know
his
everyone thinks it's
strengths.
Return of the Jedi.
So
It's a thin wedge, and I'm far away. Sean Sullivan.
It's the one with Luke.
In the
It's
world
the
of
one
Return
with
of the
Luke.
Jedi, Rachel the Crusher Cushing is going to be asking you your questions. I'll just be enjoying them because maybe I know an answer or two.
Don't give anything away, Mark.
I'll be over here doing this. That's fine with me.
Ooh, I know this one.
All right, Sean, for your first question, who gives Rebel fighters the order to accelerate to attack speed during the second Death Star battle? Movie quotes. That's always part of it.
Admiral
Easy
Akbar?
part of it.
And we're going to go to 5, 4.
Multiple
3.
choice.
Is it A, Admiral Akbar, B,
It's
Wedge
either-
Antilles,
I would say
C,
it's either
Lando Calrissian,
Lando
D,
or
Fix
Akbar.
Meeting?
Lando Calrissian.
That is correct for 1 point.
All right. Maybe he was 70% sure.
Being
on that
slow
one,
and
but
steady.
That's why you go to multiple
That's-
choice. He gets a point. He's
that's
within
smart.
3 of the razor.
Yep, you take your full 15 seconds.
And
you
this
get
is the
your turn.
benefit of being like
Very well.
a super fan
Your
of
next
the
question,
sport
in Return of the
before you
Jedi, how
play,
does
is that
Jabba
you
refer
really
to
know the
Han
rules.
frozen in carbonite hanging
His
on the
favorite
wall?
decoration. Are you looking for a direct quote?
His favorite decoration.
That is correct.
Wow.
I remember when that
My
question
favorite
was
decoration is
used.
my 75-inch TV. Jabba just
first
stares
time.
at Han all day long.
It's a
Kinda
little
weird.
morbid, but I expect nothing less from Jabba. All right, your next
I
question.
like these old
What
questions
is the
being
name
in.
of the Rancor keeper at Jabba's palace?
Malakili.
Oh,
Knew
jeez.
that one without hesitation. Nicely done.
Everybody
Nice.
knows Malachiles.
Man,
Come
Sean.
on down to Malachiles for all your Rancor pet needs.
You do feel very bad for him.
Yeah, you do. His poor baby. His poor baby.
Rancor's gonna be
Major
Rancor.
stage time.
He raised that baby. He raised it
All right,
from a
up
little
next.
tiny baby
What
Rancor.
kind of weapon does Luke use the Force to obtain before falling into the Rancor pit?
A blaster.
Blaster pistol.
That is correct.
There we got it. All right, so he builds upon
Nice.
his new lead. Now
Sean.
it's 13 to 10. He still has one
Wow.
left to go in the world of.
How many times have you seen Return of the Jedi, Sean? Because
All right, your last question. Who
This is a good
discovers
round.
Princess Leia's discarded helmet on Endor?
Luke.
Multiple choice.
Is it A, Luke Skywalker, B,
The multiple choice won't help you, man.
C, Han Solo, or D, Chewbacca?
It's Luke Skywalker.
That is correct for 1 point.
Yeah, the multiple choice is not helpful. It's only helpful in decreasing the chance of him getting 2 points on a steal, which isn't a bad
Maybe
strategy.
not as widely viewed, certainly not as much as Disney would have liked. So you have that, and maybe that's in the back of the head of Adam and Sean, where you spin a movie that less people have seen, maybe less opportunity to study.
Yeah,
because
that's
Solo
true.
Has come out. Been out for a couple of years. Return of the Jedi has been a classic since 1983. Maybe a little bit of an advantage there.
Definitely, when you've seen a movie so many times since you were a child, things tend to be in the back of your head that
This
you
is
can
true.
pull out versus the study methods we all use now, or I used to use to play in these leagues, which is watching these movies over and over and over
Hey,
again.
You heard it from the expert, kid. Start watching Solo: A Star Wars Story.
Over
right now.
and
As we
over
move on
and
to round
over.
number
It's a good
3,
movie.
Sean Sullivan enjoys a
Underrated
4-point
movie.
lead over Adam
I'm
Witt.
not afraid to say.
Yeah, but then I break the
The
bit.
Saint versus the Razor, both players doing their due diligence, getting through that rookie training, and being very good at it, if I dare say so myself.
This
We
is
move into
really
round
good so far,
round
guys.
number 3. 3 questions each. Here's how we get the questions. You guys each give us 3 numbers. These numbers can range from 1 to 20. Each number corresponds to a different corner of Star Wars movie trivia Schmoedown know-how. Your first question's worth 2 points. Your next one's worth 3 points. Your last one is worth 5 points. There's no stealing. There's no penalty for missing a question in round number 3. Sean, you enjoy you enjoy a 4-point lead going into the final round. So, what numbers feel lucky to you? From 1 to
Let's
20?
do 11.
11.
Good
3,
number.
Oh, don't, I wouldn't pick 3 if I were you.
8.
11, 3, and 8.
Suckers numbers, right?
Despite Adam's warnings.
Some mind
And
games going on up there.
Adam, what do you got?
I will pick. Let's see. I think I'm gonna go with. Oh, my gum won't come out.
Oh no.
Okay.
I'll go with 1.
Okay.
Got some of that for me.
2. No,
Well,
12.
Okay.
1 and 2.
12, 1, and 2.
12 and 2. That's the order that we got.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
We'll see if he's so cavalier in a few minutes.
We're just having fun up here, Mark.
I mean, he's lucky that he didn't pick 1, 2, 3 because there's curse associated with picking 1, 2, 3.
For 2 points and to cut the lead to 2, you draw the category of who said it.
Whew.
Star Wars quotes.
One of the harder
Become under
categories.
test. Your question.
I didn't.
Whose first words in Return of the Jedi were "Rise, my friend"?
The Emperor.
That is correct.
I don't remember the Emperor ever calling anyone his friend, but
The zombie. From
I
Rise
guess
of
so.
Skywalker.
That makes
Could have been
sense.
Any one of those. Sticking with Adam
Not a bad idea.
for your 3-point question. If you get this right, you can take the lead. So lots right.
I don't know that I feel comfortable with the Emperor calling anyone a friend.
And your question. According to Yoda, attachment leads to what?
Fear?
The dark side?
Incorrect. Looking for jealousy.
Jealousy.
Yeah.
Attachment leads to jealousy, and jealousy leads to being single on Valentine's Day.
Deep cut.
So,
Sorry, Mark.
So now, Rachel, we find ourselves in that TKO position where Sean Sullivan, in his very first his first debut of any kind of the movie Trivia Schmoedown, could score himself a technical knockout, but standing in his way is Adam Witt, and a question that he selected.
Wow, I did not think that this would be a TKO territory.
5 points and the lead. Adam, your category is episode 1, The Phantom Menace.
Oh, yay.
Did you camp out for tickets for The Phantom Menace?
I did.
So
I did as well. Well, me and my
It was the
dad.
last time you could do that.
Yeah, it's true.
Everything was on the internet.
That is right. Your question. In episode 1, what is the name of the Nemoidian captain of the Trade Federation droid control ship? It's the one that Sidious, quotes, didn't want in his sight again. Go to 5.
Repeat the question.
Can do that. JT rule. First one. In episode 1, what is the name of the Nemoidian captain of the Trade Federation droid control ship? The one that Sidious, quotes, didn't want in his sight again.
Wow. You know who would know this probably right off the bat is Alex Damon.
Read the question.
Second JTE rule. In episode 1, The Phantom Menace, what is the name of the Nemoidian captain of the Trade Federation droid control
Wow.
ship? The one
I
that
wonder if he
Sidious
thinks he knows it or if
didn't
he's
want in his
just
sight again.
hoping it comes.
He's got 1 JTE rule remaining, Rachel. 15 more seconds. Seems like he might. It's a tough 5. 5, 4.
Dalte Dauphine.
It's a tough 5-pointer, and he got it.
Wow! Holy shit! Wow! 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 Wow!
Milking the camera.
Jeez.
That's why I do this.
Jeez. Hey, if he had been milking the camera, he had a whole nother repeat to go.
It's going to be a good
Wow.
question.
Oh my
One
gosh.
question for Jen Sturge. We're talking to Adam. Did he know that right off the bat, or was he building drama?
No,
Did
he didn't
really
know.
take
I don't
the
think he knew.
45 seconds to conjure that. We'll find that out in the post.
That's
Right
hard.
now we have a match to settle, and that rests on the shoulders of Sean Sullivan. The
Oh,
same.
Shawnee.
So Rachel,
You only need to get a 2 and a 3 or a 5.
All right.
and he selected number 11 for his 2-point question. What category is that?
That category is the movie The Last Jedi for 2 points.
I've seen that movie.
That's a good. Yeah, that's good.
The Lanai of Ahch-To are better known by what name?
Caretakers.
Caretakers.
That is correct.
They're so cute.
All right. So
He only needs to get one more.
Not consider a layup, but that's the easiest question he's going to be hearing.
This
So
is accurate,
it's
yeah.
probably going to be a half-court shot.
All right, so your next number was number 3. That corresponds to the Clone Wars movie.
Oh, awful.
All right, and your question is:
Don't do
in
that to
Star
people.
Wars: The Clone Wars. 3 prequel cast members came back to voice their respective characters. Name 2 of them.
Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah, that is definitely one of them. Nice. Nice. Good for him, man. Good job. That, I mean, to have to answer a question about the Clone Wars, you deserve a win, honestly. Aww. Kaiser.
That was
Oh,
so much
man.
fun to watch. I love watching 2 uber nerds battle it out that way. For
What a
Adam
good
to fight
match.
it out, to get his 5-pointer, to force Sean to answer round 3 questions. It's a great showing for both of them, and a great showing for the Star Wars League, which is slowly growing bigger and bigger. These questions are ridiculous.
They are.
But with Andrew and Laura Kelly playing last year, and these guys showing up today, I think Alex Damon, better watch out.
I mean, look, if these guys are pulling names like Dalte Dauphine, out there, anything is possible. I think that even in defeat, I would say Adam the Razor Witt has a lot to build off of with this. He's got a lot of momentum, even if he came out on the short side of the ledger. And with Sean the Saint Sullivan, look out for that guy. That beard's only getting thicker, and his confidence is only growing after a nice initial win in his rookie performance.
Definitely.
We're now going to go to Jen Sturger, who has a post-game interview with your winner, Sean the Saint Sullivan, joined by Kate Mulligan. Jen, I imagine it's a pretty jovial mood.
It absolutely is. Oh God, you already have something to say. No, I just like that you're wearing green. Way to kick this interview out with a bang. Congratulations, Sean. Not only your debut, but in Star Wars. Like, what made you think, yeah, I should go for the one that is the most specific and quite possibly the hardest division we have?
Nice
You know what?
question.
If I'm going to be honest, it's because I think the people that are competing right now aren't that good.
Is he a heel?
Alex
Sean,
Jenkins
are
felt
you a
that from
heel?
across the country. So what? So you just thought you could actually just come in here and kind of sweep through this division?
Yeah, I was sitting at a spectacular with Silvestrini and answering questions next to her, and I got everything right. So I figured, hey, might as well throw my hat in.
What are you drinking?
Whiskey. It's going to be an Irish Carb.
It looks. I was gonna say it looks like a bomb, but you're just getting bombed. No, I'm good. I'm good on that one.
So Sean is a heel?
You guys have been
Is
having
that
quite a
is that
run
what's
right now,
happening?
Jen.
I don't know
This
how I
has
feel
gotta
about
be
this.
lifting your spirits, especially to know that in the Star Wars division, you got solid representation.
Yeah, absolutely. And I also want to say that this match was it was sort of thrust at us just today. And Shani, he's so confident. He's like, oh yeah, I can do that, no problem. So he just showed up, and honest to God, I'm so proud of him, and that's all.
Were you nervous at all when he got that 5-pointer?
You know what? I was, because I'll be honest, I didn't know it.
Yeah, that was a hard
yeah,
fucking question.
So props to him for getting it, but I mean, the rest of them, pretty much everything else was a cakewalk today. So missed a couple in the first round just on nerves, first time at the desk, but aside from that, I knew everything I missed. So
Is it weird up there? Do the lights get to people?
being a longtime fan, it's interesting. Having watched this, from out there, seeing it forever, feels good. Feels good to get my first one behind me.
And it's so weird because when you're sitting at your couch, you're like, I can do this. And the minute they turn the lights on around here, you're like, oh my God, this is real.
It's definitely a lot of fun, and I think next time it's gonna be good because I'll have no nerves, going into it. So
Interesting.
I would say, who do you want to face next? But I feel like I know this answer.
You know what? I'm not gonna say Alex Damon.
I think you
I'll
should
give
go
him my
Demolanta
credit
next.
too. I think I need to win a couple more before I get there. Demolanta, Knapsack, Kelly, whoever wants me, I'll take it.
I think Sullivan versus Demolanta would be a good match.
But anyways, congratulations on your very first win and your debut here at the Schmoedown.
Thank you.
All right, well, you have it there, Rach. I mean, you see the confidence maybe translating into confidence.
Yeah.
Very early in the match, you get the win. You're feeling good about everything. Hi, Kate. How do you feel about what the post-match interview was you just witnessed?
Yes, basic rookie confidence right out of the gate. We've seen that happen before, and sometimes it carries him through, sometimes it doesn't. But it's impressive to see people who've never been in front, as somebody who did that, who got in front of the cameras, in front of the lights, behind the desk for the first time, and to have their memory mostly get them there. It's impressive, and it's such a great feeling. We'll see how far the confidence carries him. Andrew, Laura, Ken, I think we know who Grace wants him to play next, will not be easy foes for him.
Yeah, and I think neither one of us are inside Sean's head, but we can tell you that just because you got through your first one, you still might have a little bit of nerves that next time you're on that desk. In the meantime,
There's a lot of people who have the sophomore slump. Just put that out there.
I would, if I'm Adam, I'm still feeling pretty good about my performance. Is that the mood you're sensing?
Yeah, I don't feel like there's a ton of defeat back. Oh, Kaiser, you have something on your back.
I don't care about that. Okay, it's been a rough season. I get things. I get it. This isn't.
I
the time
get
to panic.
things.
So why are you assuming that I'm panicking?
I didn't at all. I didn't assume you were panicking at all, actually, Kaiser. No, actually, I was just letting you know there's literally something on your back.
you know, ever since I came into this league, people have been trying to keep me down. They've been rigging questions, rigging the wheel. It's like a conspiracy to get Kaiser out of the league. That said, my man Witt played a good game.
He did.
He ran up against an Irishman who had a belly full of whiskey and a lot of fire, and he played a good match. And you got Kate. She's got all kinds of fruit roll-ups and things in her fitness bag. And, I think first of all, you shouldn't be using performance enhancement foods before matches. Maybe someone should look into what Kate is doing with her players. It's probably illegal to some degree. One good takeaway from this match:
providing snacks is not illegal.
Kate's kid into the Little Dungeon Achievers program.
The Little Dungeon
And me
Achievers.
and Zip are very excited about getting this kid's career started. So that's fantastic.
I love
I don't think
this.
you should
Oh
ever
my
be allowed
gosh.
children. Oh my God. Anyways, Adam, you cannot be feeling that bad about that match, especially after that 5-pointer. But I do have to ask you, like Mark said at the desk, did you know that, and were you been baiting us, or were you legitimately looking for that answer?
I would never Ben Bateman anyone. Well, there are a lot of Nemoidians. I want to show my card
true.
that I am a true Star Wars fan. There's a lot of Nemoidians. It was not Newt Gunray. It was not Rune Hako. And so, it pretty much came down to Dolte Dauphine. So
It wasn't Newt Rockney either, which confused me.
Rockney, because that is the senator, I think, for the Nemoidians. So you have a lot of choices when you're in the Star Wars universe, and that's just one of them.
So where do we go from here? Did the lights get to you? Who do you want to face next? I just want to get inside your head with what happened during this match, and do you want to continue in the Star Wars?
He
universe?
should.
Of course, I know Star Wars like crazy. I even had Enfys Nest in the Cloud Riders. The problem is knowing too much. You got to JTE. You got to recenter yourself, and then get that question
that's
correct.
true.
I can do that every time. Look, it's been a little while since I played here. I blew out the cobwebs, like the cobwebs that a Bomar monk from Jabba's palace. See, I know all the references might spread around the studio. I blew those cobwebs out. Now I'm ready to go. Sean is a very good opponent. So, hey, it was very fun to play him, and I would love to see him again, actually, and just set the record straight. Who is the best of us? Pretty sure a little extra JTEing, a little extra strategy. My man here is going to train me. I think I got Sean. Let's take that first, and then we'll move forward.
Weird. I'm used to seeing you as such a, sorry if this sounds, as a frat boy. So it's like so weird to see you kind of embrace your inner nerd and really take on the Star Wars division, right?
Well, I love all of the Star Wars movies except for the prequels and these new ones and Jedi. And other than that, I'm a huge fan. I like Star Wars and Empire. But the movies I hate, I stay on the internet all day long and talk about because I hate them so much.
What do you have strapped to your vest right now?
It's gum.
You want some? It also shows my Imperial rank.
Yeah.
Imperial rank is Trident?
Yeah, the Imperial
I definitely
rank is
did not
Trident,
know that was
and
gum
the Rebel rank
until
is Secrets. So,
right at round 3.
I don't know where that's been. Anyways, back to the desk.
All right.
Amazing.
thanks to Jen Kaiser and Admiral Dentine. Very good match that we just watched. And look, a lot of confidence brewing from two guys who I think they're just happy to. It doesn't matter if you're trying any new endeavor for the first time, you get done with it. If you climbed a mountain, if you tried stand-up comedy, or you competed in a movie trivia Schmoedown, you get done and you're just so excited. You got all that juice flowing.
Definitely. And because they both played well, even though you have to have a winner and a loser, Adam still played really well, knows the mistakes that he made weren't about knowledge, and he's going to bring that to the table next time. So, when he comes back, like we've always said, you come back stronger and hungrier after a loss. So look out for Adam. But meanwhile, Sean took home the win and is aiming for the next tier of player.
Well, like you said, Rachel, there has to be a winner and a loser at the desk. But on this, the good side, we're all just winners here, and so are you. Being a fan of the movie Trivia Schmoedown, thank you all for tuning in. Make sure you check out our Patreon, select which tier is right for you, and head to the schmoedownlive.com for all future updates on live events. That's where you get your tickets, as well as a lot of fun stats to keep track of your favorite player, your favorite faction in the league. Rachel, as always, a pleasure calling the match with you. I like that we color coordinated here today. What new colors are we going to look for next time we call a match?
Thinking a little red and green, possibly. A little Sith and Jedi action coming up here.
Let's do Return of the Jedi lightsaber battle style for Rachel, the Crusher Cushing, the legend. I am merely Mark Baby Carrots Ellis. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time on the Movie Trivia Schmoedown.
Nice. All right. So that was a match, guys. I honestly had no idea what these guys were going to put out in terms of numbers here. I'm always really cautious about new people stepping into Star Wars because we have had so many instances of people saying, I know Star Wars, I can compete in it, and then just not being able to compete at the level of some of these other people, because you might know Star Wars, but you don't know. Like I know Star Wars, but I don't know it enough to compete in the Schmoedown. And there's a lot of people out there who think they know stuff until they see these matches. But these guys both delivered. I mean, they both had a little bit of struggles early on. The lights got to Sean just a tiny bit, but he worked through it. And then Adam just needs to work on strategy, and then he's much better off than he would have been. But yeah, this was such a good match. I'm shocked that Sean is potentially a heel. I thought maybe he wouldn't be, but I guess we don't really have a ton of heels in the Star Wars League right now. Although I guess Laura's a heel. Is Laura a heel? Yeah. Okay. So yeah, we have more than I thought, because Ken also is like kind of still a heel, right? So like everyone's a heel now in Star Wars. So never mind. Everybody's a heel, and so maybe we should have some faces. No. Yeah, I'm a little surprised because I wasn't kind of getting that until his post-match interview. So maybe he was just so excited that he won by, the way he did, that he was just kind of talking himself up. Nothing wrong with that. You can be proud of your achievements and still be a face. There's nothing wrong with that. It was just the way he said some of it that made him come off like he was a maybe not going to be the face player I assumed he was going to be. Nothing wrong with that either. But yeah, I'm excited for him to play someone next. Like I said, I think his next match would be really cool to see him facing off against Andrew. Although I could see them bringing Ken back in for this kind of second match. It would be nice to get people who haven't had as many matches to be able to come in and play more. So like Andrew having only really played like the 2 matches, basically, it would be nice to have him be able to come in and play a few more. But overall, great. 2 new great players for the Star Wars division. And we have more in more Star Wars rookies that are going to be debuting as well. So if the rest of the Star Wars rookies are to the same caliber, we have a pretty good league this year. So I'm pretty excited about that. I'm excited that Sean won. I'm excited that Adam had a great game. What a match, guys. Man, this season overall is just hitting on every single caliber. Like, seriously, it's hitting so hard. But that's all for this. We'll talk more about the matches on Monday, if I'm not too busy, when we do the summit, and we'll break everything down. But yeah, it was a good match. You can find me, Smith_K10, the number, not the word, Twitter, Instagram, and Stardust, even though I don't post anything on Stardust. You can also find me right here on Take 3, hosting the Take 3 Reactor Summit, where we go over last week in Schmoedown, goodness, matches, and news. And whenever I decide to actually do the work and getting this show with Matt that I've already filmed, I just need to edit it. Whenever that happens, it'll be. So that's it, guys. Hope you guys all enjoyed this match. Give it a thumbs up and a like and all that stuff on the actual video. Support the Schmoedown. We'll talk to you guys later.